Hello and a warm welcome to the official broadcasting of the game between Fort Lauderdale under 15 and Tampa under 15. On strike we have Param Matur facing the opening bowler from Tampa. That was a full ball. He played a square drive and the ball has not quite gone to the boundary. The batsmen have run two. A pretty good start for Fort Lauderdale. It's a good shot from Param. That one, a nice square drive. Went up in the air, but no chance for the fielder at point. Oh, that's a very good delivery. That's a very good response from the bowler. Was slightly shorter than the previous ball. Was at around a good length. The batsman could only fish at the ball. Was pretty lucky that he did not get an edge on that one. Bowler running in for the I believe the fourth ball of the over, and that will be a wide ball. A little bit too straight that from the bowler. Both opening batsmen will want to stay in the crease for as long as they can and then look to accelerate once they're set. Make sure they value their wicket. In comes the bowler to bowl his fourth ball of the over yet again. It's back off a length and it's a good defense from the batsman there. In comes the bowler for the fifth ball of the over. Oh, it's a nice forward defense from Param Matur. I think he would have looked to hit that in the gap, but couldn't quite get the placement on that one. This has been a good over so far from the bowler. Apart from that full ball, he's bowled pretty well so far. In comes the last ball of the over, and Param, that should have been a single. The fielder fumbles, and the batsman appeared to have run a single off the last ball of the over. So I believe we are 4 runs. Batsmen have got 4 runs off the first over. A pretty tidy start from Tampa. Obviously, we're playing in the wonderful Sports Park here, as you can see, surrounded by some very luscious landscape. Always been a good ground, has hosted a lot of important games here. We had the final of night cricket the other day between India and Jamaica, with India being the champions of night cricket 2023. It's a very nice venue to play cricket in, the sports park. Very short boundaries, as you can see. Hardly, these are big boundaries. This would be the 30-yard circle in most grounds, actually. So there's a lot of runs to be made here if you're the batsman. That's certainly true. And we've got the new bowler here. Batsmen appear to be having a chat, maybe. Param will face the first ball of the second over. Bowler adjusting his field here just a little bit. Second over coming up. That's a nice shot from Param. It goes up in the air, but well short of any fielder. Looks to be a good driver of the ball. Paramotor would probably want to hit those between the gaps. He would have got a lot of runs off those deliveries. In comes the second ball of the over. Oh, it's another nice shot, but again straight to the fielder from Param. If he can just get that to go slightly left of the fielder or in right of the fielder, that's a certain boundary right there, but he's not quite getting the placement correct so far. But he's batting well at the moment. We've got the third ball of the over coming up. That's a wide ball from the bowler right there. A little bit too much offside, and the batsman made the smart decision to just let that one go. Oh, that was a good delivery. Looks like the batsman has got an inside edge on that, and he will take a single. Ball just barely beat square leg, so the batsmen were able to scamper through for a single on that delivery, and I believe that's the first time that Param has been off strike in this game. So we've got the other batsman who's going to be facing his first ball. There's always nerves when you're facing your first ball, especially as an opener, because the ball tends to move around a little bit with the new ball. And he comes to bowler. Oh, that's short. He looked to have wanted to pull that, but didn't get the timing right, and the ball has just stayed right there. I would say he's fortunate that didn't end up trickling over and hitting the stumps. That could have certainly been a possibility. We've seen that happen many times. In comes the bowler to bowl. Oh, it's a nice shot. Both these batsmen have played some very nice shots, but they haven't pierced the gap, so they haven't got the runs that they'd have been hoping for. But the sound that the ball is making when it hits the bat, I can hear it all the way here. It's very nice. Looks like there's an adjustment possibly in the field. Oh, it's a nice shot. The ball looks to have gone to the boundary. That's a very good shot from the batsman. A square drive, and it goes all the way to the fence. That's the first boundary for Fort Lauderdale. They will take it any way they come. Full from the bowler, over pitched, and I was asking to be put away, and the batsman obliged. A very nice shot and a very nice boundary. And that will be the over. So Fort Lauderdale Lions, sorry, not Fort Lauderdale Lions, Fort Lauderdale under 15, looking good so far, haven't lost a wicket. I believe the score is 9 runs in 2 overs with 1 boundary. So a pretty good start if you're a Fort Lauderdale supporter. Both batsmen looking to find their feet in this innings. It's quite pleasant weather here. Not something you can always say about Florida. The heat tends to be unbearable as we're approaching the summer, but looks to be some nice weather out there. Fairly cool, not much sun. Alright, here's Param to face, I believe, the same bowler who bowled the first over. Back off a length yet again, and a nice defense. Typically in this wicket, fast bowlers have had success bowling that good length delivery because of the bounce in this wicket. If you over pitch, you tend to go the distance in these kind of pitches, especially with the short boundaries. Here's Param to face another ball. Again, it's a good length from the bowler. He's bowling that nice sort of good length, back of a length, not giving the batsman any room or any sort of length to work with. It's quality bowling here from Tampa. They've certainly brought their A game here to Fort Lauderdale. It's got a nice action, smooth. It's exactly the kind of things you expect from your opening bowler. You want them to set the tempo of the game straight away. Oh, he's edged it, but he's beat the field here, and that ball is running away. Not gonna get to the fence. The batsman went to, and they'll make it comfortably. In the end, there was a bit of hesitation there, but quite lucky that the ball was still far from the fielder. As a batting partner, you've got to trust your striker when he says there's a run here, and luckily it's not costly this time, but they've got to watch their running as the game progresses. In comes the bowler for the fourth ball of the over, and that's a full ball, and it's blocked by Param. That's almost like a Yorker kind of length, and Param just managed to dig that one out and hit it straight to the bowler. I believe the score is 11 so far. Fort Lauderdale have made 11 runs so far in this innings. There's a slip in place as well. Oh, and a pail, but that looks to be too high. Again, you can see that length that the bowlers are bowling. It's good length. If I'm Fort Lauderdale, I'd be watching that right now. I'd be looking at the lengths that Tampa is bowling. You can see they've really been struggling when they're bowling that good length. Anytime you overpitch, the ball does tend to go to the boundary. It's a full batsman scampered through for a run, and that was quite comfortable in the end. A good single, a nice sharp single. Exactly the kind of stuff that you want to get your feet moving. And that looks to be the over. So after 3 overs, Fort Lauderdale are 12 for 0. I would say it's a pretty respectable bowling performance from Tampa so far. They've hit the right lengths. They've been a little bit too full at times, but overall, it's been good from Tampa. They'd want to continue this momentum that they've built up and look to get a wicket here. A wicket here would put a lot of pressure on the number 3 batsman. And Param at the moment is looking pretty solid, I would say. So is his opening partner. Looks to be a fielding change here. I think they've taken off the slip here, so there's no more slip. Or is there? There's a fielder coming around next to the keeper. Doesn't look to be a slip. There looks to be a short third man instead, so maybe they're expecting a lot of edges here. I'd be expecting outside off deliveries. Here comes the bowler. And that's a nice shot from Param. It's a nice on drive. The fielder makes a mistake. You certainly can't make mistakes like that. As a bowler, you'd be kicking your feet if you saw a fielder doing that. That's simply unacceptable. They were building pressure, and you need your fielders to help you out there. And as you can see, the batsman turned the strike over, so it'll be the other batsman. That's a nice shot, but straight to the fielder. Both these batsmen have shown to be good drivers of the ball. It's a pretty nice skill to have as an opening batsman, to just go on that front foot and play that drive shot. In comes the bowler for the third ball of the over. Look to hit him in the pad, no appeal. Looks to be going down leg either way. I would say the bowler is bowling just slightly too full in this in this wicket. We saw the other bowler from the other end just hold it back a touch. I think that's exactly where you want to be as a bowler in Sports Spark, especially. In comes the bowler. Their attempted drive didn't quite get the timing yet again. Batsman looking to be struggling for some timing here, and they're having a chat. Param is having a chat with the batsman, probably just telling him that there's a lot of overs left and there's no need to really panic at the moment. Just go out there and play your natural game, which is, I'd assume, is the message that's being passed on from Param to the batsman. It's a nice shot, got the inside edge of the bat, so didn't travel a long way. This has been good from Tampa, I would say. It's been pretty good. Only the one boundary so far. A lot of dot balls. They say dot ball is like gold in Guyana, and I couldn't agree more at the moment. A lot of dot balls. That's a full toss, and that was hit straight to the fielder, but failed to stop it. It was a pretty bad delivery and deserved to get put away to the fence, and Fort Lauderdale will pick up their second boundary of the game so far. I would say that's one of the rare loose balls that we've seen from Tampa. They bowled nicely. That was a rank full toss asking to be hit. Credit to the batsman for keeping his composure and playing it along the ground. Sometimes you tend to hit a full toss straight in the air, and that would not be good. Both these batsmen here have put on a pretty good opening partnership so far. I believe, I don't have the exact score with me at the moment, but I believe they're around 16 runs in 4 overs, and they'll want to kick on here because there's a lot of runs to be had in this wicket, especially short boundaries. In comes the bowler to bowl the 5th over, I believe, of the innings. Yeah, 4 overs have been completed, and I believe it's the same bowler who we saw previously from this end. Don't have the names with me at the moment. And he comes charging in. Oh, that's a good delivery. That's a very good delivery. Full, but it just appeared to have swung away at the last moment, and Param wanted to play the drive there. I completely missed the delivery. I think the swing probably did him. He's just got to keep his composure here because he's batting pretty well. It would be a shame if he just threw away his wicket from here. And oh, that's a good delivery yet again from the bowler. A Yorker. When in doubt, you just bowl a Yorker and it can get most people out, or at least get a dot ball for the team, which are so important in white ball cricket. Dot balls are very important, and there have been a lot of dot balls so far in this innings, that's for sure. In comes the bowler to bowl the 3rd ball of the over. Oh, I believe that's a wide. I'm not sure if that hit the pad, maybe. Waiting for the umpire. Yep, that's a wide, and the batsman will scamper through. So 2 runs of, well, it's not technically a ball because it's a wide. So it's exactly the kind of things that you want to avoid as a bowler. 2 very good deliveries. Pressure was on the batsman, and to just go and bowl a wide is not ideal. In comes the bowler to bowl the 3rd ball of the over. A wide yet again. Just losing his line here a little bit, checking the crease maybe. Maybe there's a little bit of something that's bothering him at the moment. Once again, we're here at the amazing Sports Spark here in Lauderhill. In comes the bowler. That's a nice shot. That's a very nice shot. Param is struggling. No, he makes his ground. Batsman timing the ball so sweetly. You can hear it all the way from here. They make good bats these days. Here's Param facing another ball. That's back of a length, and he's just hit that to the point fielder. You can clearly see here when they're bowling back up a length, I don't think the batsmen have scored a lot of runs at all. It's when they've gone too full or when they've tried too much that the runs have come. As a bowler, you just got to keep hitting the right areas and just let the batsman make the mistake. In comes another ball. Back of a length yet again, and you can see another drop ball. That theory certainly seems to be holding true. A little bit of a close-up so you can see the field they've got here. That's a first slip. Again, back of a length. Batsman defends. And that'll be over. So after 5 overs, Fort Lauderdale have not yet lost a wicket. Pretty impressive so far from Fort Lauderdale. Right, we're back. I was trying to find the score, but it looks like it hasn't been updated yet in the app. So the first ball was the top ball of this over. That's a nice shot. Oh, that's a superb shot actually. That's fantastic. And I think it's gone to the boundary. Yeah, it has. Fabulous shot here. It's an on drive. They say it's the hardest shot to play in cricket, and the batsman has played that pretty well. Split the gap very nicely there. I don't have the score with me at the moment, but I assume it's around 25, maybe 26 after 5 overs. So pretty healthy run rate. That's a slightly full delivery, and just blocked by the batsman. Here's the next ball. Batsman flicks it away. They'll get a single off that one. And we have Param, who is back on strike. I think the batsmen have certainly got to try going over the top here. As you can see, there's hardly anyone fielding outside the 30-yard circle, so it's almost a certain boundary if you decide to go that route. And that has played away fielder a little bit too slow to get to the ball. Not sure if I got that on camera, but that was flicked away to the short mid-wicket fielder right here, and looked to be a possible run out, but the fielder didn't pick up the ball cleanly and was a little bit slow to throw the ball, so no run out there. That's a nice shot. That's a cracking shot from the batsman. Cut away, dispatched to the boundary. What a shot that is. This batsman can surely bat. He's played some wonderful shots here. 3 boundaries of the innings, and all 3 coming from this batsman. Once again, I do not have the names of certain people or the score. It hasn't been updated in the cricket clubs yet, so I'm not really sure what the score is, but if I had to guess, I'd go for around 30 maybe at this stage of the innings. 30 in 6 overs for no loss. Here we go. We've got Param facing strike, and it's the same bowler operating. Back of a length, and as you can assume, when it's back of a length, it's usually a dot ball. So why don't the bowlers try bowling that more? I cannot say. Try to overcompensate, they try to go too full, too short, try to get a wicket. You just have to keep bowling dot balls. That's the name of the game. Here's the batsman. Looks to drive that. Param missed it. Not the first time he's been beaten on the drive. He needs to just watch the ball here. I think he's playing that shot too early, and it's almost cost him his wicket a couple times. When you're playing that drive, especially on the right, you just got to wait for the ball, that extra split second. It makes all the difference in the world. He's hit that to the point fielder. That's a good decision there not to run. The running has been slightly questionable, but wouldn't say it's been that bad. That was a good decision right there to not take the single. In comes the bowler to bowl another ball in the over, and that's full, and he's put that away to mid-off. Is going to cover that up. Batsman will get a single. So there looks to be a clear sort of role in this game here. The striker seems to be the aggressor, and Param is just happy to play a support role, give him the strike, feed him the single, and let him take the aggression in the moment at least, and he can just stick around and cash in later. It's a nice shot. Didn't go anywhere, but it's a nice shot. Technically, very nice. Cricket is such a technique game, isn't it? If you've got that technique down, you can succeed in any condition against any bowler pretty much. It's all about mastering technique. Oh, that's full again and shapes away. That's a trick the bowler has. He's got that ball that just shapes away. Full, but it shapes away, and that will be the end of the 6th over. And the score is 30 something for no loss. We're in the wonderful Sports Park, if you're just tuning in here, located in Lauderhill, one of the most iconic cricket grounds in South Florida. It's hosted a lot of Sunday games, hosted a lot of night cricket games. Very nice place to just sit, enjoy the weekend, and watch some cricket. And this appears to be the drinks break. So just to go over what has happened so far in this innings. 2 batsmen, Param and his partner, have batted the first 6 overs, or 7. I believe it's either 6 or 7. No loss, 30 something on the board. Some nice boundaries. Good start, Fort Lauderdale. They want to kick on. They've got a lot of batsmen here who can really strike the ball. They've got Rajesh Raghu, Akil, Kotaro, Daniel Paidana, all wanting to go out there and have a swing, as they would say. these two batsmen have got to make sure they set the platform for those hitters to come in and really make the bowlers pay. In comes the first ball. Back of a length and defended from Param on that occasion. Nice shot, nice shot. Goes to the fence. He'll get 4 for that. That's a nice flick shot from Param. Bowler a little bit too straight. I believe that's Nathan Chopra was the bowler. A little bit too straight, and Param. Nice wristy shot. Indian batsmen tend to be good players of the flick shot, and I think he certainly strengthened the case for that claim. In comes Nathan. Oh, full ball. Param misses it. That's happened quite a few times this innings here. I think he's just gotta watch the ball for a little bit longer and just hold his shot. In comes the bowler. Nice shot, Param. Very nice shot. That's gone to the fence, I believe. Wow. Didn't look to me like he timed it at all, but that's gone all the way to the fence, and it's a nice straight drive almost. Very nice. Param seems to be finding a little bit more rhythm in this innings. Seems to be fancying the bowling of Nathan Chopra. The keeper making some adjustments here of the field. Param looking good. Looking set for a nice score. So is the non-striker. Both of them finding their feet. Both of them scoring boundaries. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Yet again, I think this should be stopped from the fielder. It is stopped. Only a single. Yet again, too full from the bowler, and Param just uses those wrists to just flick the ball towards this big gap here. You can see a very big gap between that looks like a short mid-on and a square leg. So this whole mid-wicket region is completely open, and I'd assume the bowler would want to bowl offside here. He's getting too many balls on the leg side. There's an adjustment in the field. Got a fielder here coming towards mid-wicket. Looks like it. Yep. No, looks to be more like square leg. Yorker. Blocked. Batsman having a chat in the middle. I believe that's 8 overs gone in this inning so far, and there's the first sign of spin. Spinners generally do find it quite difficult to bowl in Sports Park. The ball sits up and can be pretty easily dispatched by the batsman. If you're even a little bit wrong, it tends to go the distance. So pretty curious to see what the spinner has to offer in this game. Defended from Param. Looks to be again defended from Paramator. He's got quite an interesting action here. He just sort of stops a little bit and then continues. You can see he's just sort of just stopping, and then raises that arm up. Oh, Param, that looks to be out, maybe. Not quite sure. Can't tell from this angle, but that looked to be close. Completely deceived him in flight there. The feet did not move at all. Was sat there like an anchor, and yeah, missed it. Probably missed out, I would say, on a juicy half volley. Just got to move that feet a little bit more towards the ball. I think he was a little bit too stuck, and he couldn't get the footwork, which is so important in playing spin. You gotta have very good footwork. Skipping rope, very important for a cricketer to have in his bag, to just get the feet moving a little bit before batting. Batsmen seem to be adjusting the stumps. After that stumping, I think the spinner is looking more dangerous than the pace bowlers at the moment. He's created something. Here he comes again. He's got a slow action. He releases the ball. Ball comes up. Param, back foot, and played towards Ashaz. Oh, hit towards the fielder. No, sloppy fielding. Not costly. They've got to get better, and that should have been a run, I would assume, but batsman turned it down. They've been a little bit too sloppy in the field there. Tampa U15 catches win matches. They haven't dropped any so far, but from the way they're fielding, it looks like they might. Oh, a little bit too lazy there from Param. That was slow. That was right there to be hit. There's nobody here on this side of the ground. A nice late cut, and that would have gone to the fence. And I think it's a maiden over as well for the bowler. Wow. Looks like he's completely jinxed me here. Just as I said, that spinners tend to find it difficult to bowl in Sports Park, and he's just come out here and bowled a maiden over. Credit to the bowler there. We're gonna have Nathan continue his over here. New combination of bowlers. Nathan, along with the spinner, might be effective, might be not. Here he comes. And it looked to me like he was walking out when I saw him change his gloves there, but just taking the straps of those gloves and putting them back in. It was a full ball from Nathan Chopra, and the batsman missed it. Here he comes again. Dead ball, didn't release it. Very important as a bowler when you just feel your run up is wrong. You've got to stop here, and he's done very well there, Nathan Chopra. Quite a tall bowler. A little bit of a boomer-like action on drive, and they will get a single. So the openers have put on, I would assume, around 40 runs at the moment. 40 runs is 9 times out of 10 you would take that if you're the batting team. 40-run opening partnership in a 40-over game is quite the start that you need to post runs on the board, back of a length, and defend it from Param. Don't have the score with me at the moment. I do apologize for that. So I cannot give you the exact score or the exact overs that have been bowled. And that's played towards mid-on. Batsman scampered through for a single. It's probably one aspect of their batting that I would like to see improved is the strike rotation. I think there's just been a little bit too many dot balls in this match so far. And that is another dot ball. Here we go, another ball. And that is another full ball, and that's batsman tries to hit that towards the boundary, but didn't get the elevation that he was looking for. And that will be the end of that over. 9 overs completed, I believe. Score. Just a moment, I will try to find the score. I'm gonna check if the game has been updated here in Quick Clubs. We'll be right back in a moment. We're back live here. Was trying to find the score of the game, but could not. Quick Clubs is still down, so. But we saw the spinner bowl another over. I think they scored 2 runs off that over. Param back on strike. No, sorry. It's gonna be the other batsman who's back on strike here. Nathan Chopra to continue his overs. Back of a length, and hearing a shout of run from the dugout. Trust your partner. I could not agree more with that statement. I've also found the writing to be quite sloppy from this opening partnership. They haven't trusted each other well. Seems to be a slight issue that they need to get over. In comes the bowler. That's full. I don't think it's wide. Umpire, nope, not wide. I think they could try spin from both ends here. It seems to be working against this pair. Nice shot. Towards point. No run. Good backing up. They haven't struggled against the pace that much. Struggle against the spin, I would say, a little bit more, and spinners are always match winners. Can never forget that. Full toss. That was hit straight to the fielder, and that is a recipe for a run out that I just saw right there. Ball hit straight to the fielder. The batsman ran, non-striker ran. and that should have been out 99 times out of 100. Very lucky that the fielder fumbled there. Not an appeal. Look close from this angle. I think it's worth a shout. Maybe it was an inside edge that I didn't quite pick up from this angle. I'm filming this from the side angle of Sports Park. That straight to the bowler. Looked to me like it was almost like a slog sweep, but he changed his mind at the last second and just hit it straight to the bowler. So after 10 overs, I believe 10 overs have been completed. Score, I'm not sure, around 50. I think it's a good bet. 50, 55 I'd say. Spinner, I think at this moment, if you're the captain, you've got to be a little bit more proactive here. You've got to just find a way to charge your players up, get them excited about the game, and just try to get something to happen. Just a little bit, just one wicket, and that could bring many. Here's the bowler. He's gonna be bowling from the same end. Nicely played. Good batsman here. Seems to be technically quite compact. Nice shot. Hit towards Madan. Param is going to be back on strike for this delivery. And he struggled quite a bit against the spin of this bowler here. I think he has to be careful here. He has to be very careful. Toss up, and just as I was saying, he has to be careful. He's almost lost this wicket here. I've seen it. I've been seeing it. He's just looking to hit the ball a little bit too hard. He's losing all his shape. He survived 2 stumpings here. Keeper could not collect the ball fast just because of how slow the ball was actually bowled. So he's gotten away with 2 stumpings here, Param. He has to be more careful with these here. I think a better option is just to step down and hit him. The ball is very slow, so needs to be careful here. Bowler can get a lot of air, a lot of rip. That's a full toss, and he's hit it to Madan. I reckon that should have been 6 here. That's a rank full toss. He's missed out on. When you get a back ball, you have to put it away. Nicely played. That good backing up from the fielder. Orange hat, nice fielding. Param. Nicely played. He got his body weight transfer there. So that will be the end of the 11th over, I believe, and score 50 something. No loss. Spin from both ends. Short, whack to the fence. Can't dish short balls to this batsman, that's for sure. Sits back and whacks that to the fence. Got to start good. The captain has just trusted you to bowl and over, and you've got to start good. Can't start with a half tracker like that one. Batsman gearing up for another delivery. That's a no ball, I believe. Yeah, that's it. No ball, and that's 4 again. 9 runs off the over, and that's not a spinner bowling. That's medium pace. Run up was quite short, and I saw the keeper standing up, so I assumed it could be a spinner. 9 runs here off this one ball. Seems to be like the release over that Fort Lauderdale needed to really kick their innings into overdrive. And that is a full toss. It's a free hit actually. Batsman has definitely missed out there. That was a low full toss. Given the way he's been hitting the ball, I think he'd be expecting that to go over a lake over there. Wide ball, 10 runs of 2 balls in this over. Fort Lauderdale have been going at about 5 runs and over, and then all of a sudden they've got 10, and there's still 4 balls left to go. I think this is a very good chance to make this into a 20-run over. Short ball, and he's rocked back, and he's pulled that away into the fence. Yep, this is certainly the over that they wanted for Lauderdale. It's when they show you the graphs of every over, and you see that really tall, sort of that tall spot in the graph. I think this is that over here. 14 runs coming off of it, and half the over gone. They'll be looking at 20 plus this over. Another boundary, and I'm sure they can get there. Oh, he's hit that so well. He's hit that for 4 again. 18 runs now after over 4 balls. Wow. They were going at 5 and over, and this over has given them something to really go at here. Another ball. Smart batting. Sometimes you can get carried away and look to hit every ball to the boundary, but you realize that it wasn't quite there for the cut, and he played that back foot punch towards point fielder. Last ball of the over. 18 runs so far. I said 20. They might get 20 here. No, dot ball. Regardless, that's 18 runs off the over. Massive over for Fort Lauderdale. Drinks break. Again, possibly. Yep, drinks break. I think they're nearing 70 here. Opening partnership. Like I said, Fort Lauderdale, strong batting lineup. Got a lot of guys who can really strike a cricket ball sitting in that dugout. We've got a new over here. change of bowling to Param. Seems to be something with the crease. Right, here we go. New bowler will bring new fortune to Tampa. That was defended, nudged. Oh goodness. It's straight to the fielder, and they've run here, I think. Fielding has been pretty disappointing if you're from Tampa. Not been good. Got to start moving those feet early. You need to anticipate the ball come towards you. They say it's often a forgotten art in cricket. Fielding, very important. If you can get 9 fielders who really give it their all, it can make a big difference in the cricket game. Here is the second ball. That looked to me like a nick. No. Wasn't quite a nick. Alright. Oh my goodness, that's a very wide delivery from the bowler. And I think Fort Lauderdale are at 80 runs. Quite incredible. Almost 100-run opening partnership between these two batsmen. And that was defended by the batsman. Next ball. That's a shot and a half. Steps down and just smacks him right over the inner circle, and that's gone towards the fence. It's trickled away towards the fence. It's a very nice shot. Why, back foot punch. Seems to be having all the shots in his arsenal. This particular batsman, he knows when to get on the front foot, knows when to go on the back foot, judging the line and length very well at the moment. Next ball coming up. Oh, he's just come down the track and he just smacked it straight into the bowler's hand, and that's almost a run out from the batsman. They put a good score on the board here. Fort Lauderdale. That's a full toss. He's missed it, and that's gonna go to the fence. Another boundary for Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. We're back live here. Change of angle from my side, inside the fence, just behind the boundary here. Bowler, gonna be bowling from that was back of a length. He's nudged it into short mid on, and he has gotten a single. New bowler bowling from, that's nudged into the corner here, and the batsmen are going to scamper through for a single. They've put on 80 something runs so far in this innings. As you can see here, the angle is a lot better. Fence is not blocking it, so we're able to see more action. Once again, we're here at the wonderful sports park cricket ground here in Fort Lauderdale, Lauderhill. Short, pulled away, that goes to the fence. 4 runs for Param, and they're inching towards 100-run partnership, which is like diamond in any form of cricket. White ball cricket, red ball cricket, pink ball cricket, doesn't matter. Openers, if they bat long, 9 times out of 10, you're in a very good position to win the game. Here we go. Spinners to continue. Short. Cut away. Single for the batsman. Param is back on strike. I'd assume one of these batsmen are inching towards the 50, so it's always a special moment for a batsman. And he's tossed that up, and that's hit in the air, and that should be taken. Oh my goodness, he spilled it. He spilled it. That was an absolute dolly there. I was saying that they look like they're gonna drop a catch, and I was proven correct. Extremely sloppy here as a bowler. You don't know if there's anything else you can do there. You've bowled your best ball, and you've just been had a catch dropped off of Param. Was that, and that is not gonna matter either way. Param Mator has gone back into the dugout. It's a stumping, and they've got a feel for the bowler here. Bowled very well so far, but it's a good knock from Param. He's made a good contribution to the team. He's batted well. He's batted overs. He's made some good runs here for his team. And we have Akil, the captain of Fort Lauderdale, here, who's gonna be starting his innings. That was a good ball from the bowler. Completely deceived Param in flight. Dragged his feet out. We were speaking about the footwork against spin earlier, and so important because he just dragged the feet out and lost balance. Probably should have seen it coming here because he's been beaten a lot of times with that ball. Tossed up, slow, flighted. Was there, but he missed it. Alright, we have a new batsman, Akil. Gonna be taking strike, taking guard at the moment. Looks to me like that's a leg stump that he's taking. Comment below which guard you like to take. Here's the bowler. He has hit that towards the cover fielder, and I'm not really sure what is going on here because that was a pretty straightforward backing up, but looks like the fielder has just let the ball go. Yeah. Springer to continue. Short in the air. Batsman, come back for two. Tossed up. That would be the end of the 13th over, I believe. Fort Lauderdale 90 something. Loss of 1 wicket, being Param Mator. Don't have the official score sheet with me. You can see here the batsmen are just gearing up. I see somebody having a hit over there. Just trying to zoom in. Looks to be Rajesh Raghu right there, having a hit before coming out to bat. Just getting the timing right when he has to come and face Tampa. But we have the next over gonna continue. Heard a call of weight from, I believe, the captain. Yeah, adjusting the field here, bringing that fielder inside the circle. Here is the bowler. That is a wide ball. They bowled quite a bit in this innings. Around 10, I'd assume, 10 white balls. Want to make sure you try and not bowl those extra deliveries, making life a lot tougher for your team by doing that. Change of angle here, coming from the other side of the wicket here. That's short, that's hit towards the fielder. Batsman chose not to run. Batsman chose not to run. I think it was a good decision because he hit it straight to the fielder. Nicely played from Akil. Square drive. Leans into it. Good fielding from the fielder. Trickles that into his supporting fielder. So batsman will get 2 runs off that delivery. I think he'll be looking to post around 250, I assume. 250, 300. Big score on the board is always good if you're a Fort Lauderdale fan. That's just a terrible delivery from the bowler, to be completely honest. A rank full toss outside off stump. Christmas has come early for Akil. It's a gift of a ball. It's a nice way to get your innings going. It's a nice full toss that you can put away to the fence, which he has done so pretty well that occasion. Here is the bowler who's going to be bowling his, I believe, his 5th delivery of the over. Full toss. Dishing out full tosses. Gotten away with that one, but got to keep those under control. Nice shot towards cover. That is a wide ball. They're in desperate need of some brilliance here. Tampa U15. They need one of their bowlers to really put their hand up and say, you know what, Skip, today it's gonna be me who's gonna give you that match-winning spell. But it doesn't look like there's anybody who's doing that at the moment. That's wide again from the bowler, and a pretty good take from the wicket keeper there. He dived to his right, was able to stop that from going past him. Nudged away. Uphill. That looked to be missing leg stump from where I am, so good decision by the umpire not to give that out. I think we're gonna have the spinner continue his overs here. He's bowled pretty well so far. Has been fairly economical in his overs. Has picked up that crucial wicket of Param. He can get a couple more wickets here. That really opens up the game for apologize for Tampa to just try to restrict them under 200, which should be a fairly straightforward chase given their batsmen start well. But it's hard to say. Cricket is a funny game, so you can never predict exactly what is going to happen. Spinner continuing. Short. Outside off stump. Nudged towards point. It's a hot day here for Lauderdale. It was pleasant earlier, but the sun is really starting to beam down here at noon. That's a wide delivery from the bowler. Missed the wide margin by quite a bit there, so he needs to bowl it straighter towards the batsman. He's hit that towards mid-wicket, no run there. Outside off, 4 runs. Nice inning so far from this batsman here. He's walking somewhere. Yeah, he's coming back to the crease. I think just receiving a message from the dugout, and that's his 50. Very nice 50 as well from the batsman. Steps down, and that's going into the boundary again. I think he's really starting to take the aggressive option here. He's completed his 50 and he wants a century from himself, I'd assume. He's batting very nicely in the moment. Batting in a good rhythm. That's hit towards straight, and that's another boundary. 4, 4, and 4. A hat trick of boundaries. For Lauderdale, really amping it up here. Getting a lot of runs. Getting them very fast as well. Stop. Oh my gosh, that's another boundary. And Rajesh, I think he's going out here. Yeah, he is. So new batsman will get to bat, Rajesh Raghu. I'm not quite sure why the batsman left. I'd assume could be having cramps, or maybe just wanted to give the other batsman a chance. I would take that as a compliment when you're batting so well that they need to take you out. The opposing team could not get your wicket because you batted that well. So we've got Rajesh Raghu joining a queue here. Both batsmen capable of clearing this very small field here. And I'm surprised we haven't seen a 6 because these are very short boundaries. But I think we're gonna see a few sixes here from these two. If they can get their eye in and just get going, we're gonna see a lot of sixes here. That's for certain. Down to leg side. Oh goodness, that's almost a run out. Non-striker wanted the single, the on strike here, but there was no run in that. That's a full toss, and he's almost headed straight to the failure there. Wow. That is quite unexpected from Akio. He's almost hit a straight full toss right into the hands of a failure, which is not the way you'd want to be dismissed. Have Raj here taking strike, taking guard against this bowler. He's going to be facing his first delivery of the game. Bowler stops, lost his rhythm there. They'll want a lot of runs here. Fort Lauderdale put one in excess of 250, I'd imagine. Short, and he wanted to cut that away into the fence, but I think the pace just deceived him slightly there. A little bit too slow. Couldn't get the timing correct. Here's the next ball. Again, bowler has pulled out, lost his rhythm here. Interesting to have the keeper standing up to the bowler. That's short. That's cut away straight into the hand of the fielder, and Raj has to go for a second ball duck here. We were speaking about that fielder being in play. We saw the full toss earlier miss him by a few inches, and now Raj has found his hand and he is dismissed for naught. We have a new batsman joining Akil here. Looks to be Daniel Paidana. Two left-handers at the crease. Always quite a rare event to have two left-handers batting together, but we have two of them right here, and That's short, that's kind of wide, that's straight to the fielder. Bowler looks to be operating short line outside off stump. And he's lost his rhythm here for I think the 4th time in this over. I think he might need to take a new run up here. It's alarming to lose your run up that many times in a single over. That is hit right to the bowler. So after 16 or 17 overs, I believe the score is 110, 115, I'd assume. And seem to be having a little break here between overs. Batsman has just hit a 6 here. First 6 of the match from the bat of Daniel Paidana. It was a short ball and he just pulled it over mid-on's head and it went all the way for 6. It's a nice shot.
Is it live?
Yeah.
YouTube?
I'm gonna put it on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, not right now?
No, not right now.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Head towards square leg from Akio. Head towards short mid wicket. Batsman scamper through for a single. Daniel will be back on strike, facing the medium pace bowler. single. Nope, that's a misfield, but not costly. Quite surprising that they haven't continued with the spinner, given he's pulled pretty well. That's full, and that's hit towards short cover. He's nudged that away into the leg side. Daniel will be back on. Strike. He's hit that towards point. Stopped by the fielder, and batsman decided not to run. So that's the end of another over. Fort Lauderdale are going strong. Just the two dismissals of Haram, who was stumped, and Raj, who was caught playing the cuts, was caught by the fielder at these two want to hit a lot of runs. Fielders have been put to the test under this weather. Tucked away into the leg side. Dot ball. A side off stump full. Batsman flashes, didn't get the connection. Full toss, hit to the fielder. That's the third consecutive dot delivery in this over. Short, hit for 4. Nice pull shot from McHugh. It's hit towards cover, and batsman will scamper through for a single. batsmen seem to be building a nice partnership amongst themselves. Oh, that's a nice ball. He's pulled away again. I think that's the 7th or 8th time he's done that. Definitely needs to check the steps in his run up there. I think he's slightly off. That's short. That's fielded well. It's fielded quite well. He's stopped what would have been a boundary. It's hit that high in the air. 1 bounce 4. Driven to the fielder. That's back of a length and dot ball. Flicked away to the onside. Batsman will get 1. Wide ball. tucked away into the leg side. He's playing that shot quite a bit. Okay. Hit straight to the fielder. Short outside off stump. Just hit it towards the fielder. There's a deep mid wicket. That side of the boundary, probably for the hook shot. Speaking of which, there was an attempted hook shot, but down the left side, so that will be a wide ball. Down the leg side. Another wide. Wide ball. Head to the fielder. Dot ball. I think our coverage is going to be ending shortly here. In just around 5 minutes or so, we're going to be ending the coverage of this game. We'll try to give an update on what happened in the game, but Fort Lauderdale in a very strong position to put a score on the board. He's hit that straight into the air and the fielder didn't go for the catch. Coverage will be ending shortly. At the end of this over. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to Voltron E for more content like this. And again in the air, make sure to turn on notifications for my new uploads. And if you have any feedback, I'd be glad to hear some in the comment section. As always, cricket is thriving here in Sports Park, always has been a standout venue. It's flicked away. Batsman will get one, and that is the end of the over, as well as the end of the coverage of this game between Tampa and Fort Lauderdale U15. Fort Lauderdale being the host. Thank you everybody for joining in. Have a good day.